Hello everyone, welcome back here to the channels Tapa Olho Azul and Super Acadêmico, and today I'm going to comment the covers, two covers from the band Napalm Death, a British band of death metal, which I think from the sound that you heard before, it's a very extreme band, a very extreme sound with loud and fast guitars and very guttural sound of the singer. And it's a band that's around since the late 80s. And I decided to comment their covers, two covers, because of the political agenda. I think is very interesting in these channels to comment this. This was the cover for the first album, for their first album, Scum, in which it's shown this demon figure here, this death figure, with five five politicians or company men, I think, with ties, and all they're all white, and they are over several black and starving people seamlessly, and and uh, right below that you can see here all these skulls, dead people, skulls of dead people, and a lot of brands of known companies like IBM and McDonald's and Union Carbide too. I think it's Union Carbide, GM too, Roche. I think it's Roche. I think it's the main. There is the image of industrial landscape here in England. I can recognize this kind of landscape, and they are all empty, mostly because of the crisis of the British industry from the 70s, which allowed the decline of the living of the middle class labor in England in the 80s, most because of the liberal and new liberal politics came from Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan in the U.S. So I think this band, they were uh, very critic, very particular about this situation in England and the rest of the world, since the cover shows five figures that uh, with their decisions they are provoking the starvation and the death of millions of people around the world. So I think this sort of uh, disposition of the band, a British band, with the connection with the industrial backgrounds of the of that time, can show something that the cultural industry appropriates very well. It's that is the critic over capitalism, the critic over the system itself. They have another cover that I will not discuss, but I would like to show this cover, which is a more recent album. That one is the first, and the name of the album is Enemy of the Music Business. And I think it's funny that a band that is in the industry says this enemy of the industry. I think it's because of the style. The style of the band is very difficult to be commercially successful, but they exist. They give big shows, and they participate in festivals, so they are in the industry, but they are against the industry. That's a very interesting thing to analyze when you think about the way that this entertainment industry works, especially music, but entertainment industry as a whole, the it works in a way that everything that's critic of the industry uh, can be can be absorbed by the industry to be part of the industry, just like movies that critic the movie industry, but they are in the industry. So this is a kind of a cycle. It, the other cover that I want to show, discuss, is this one. It's not showing. It's enough. As the second album, their second album, From Slavery to Obliteration, which shows it's a double-sided, it's a twin side, shows like someone, like the audience of the band, very very annoyed, very angry, very disturbed by the images of starvation and death, disease, war, pollution, nature devastation, and I think it's militarism, or can be a zombie too. This is a starving kids, and someone here with the chains of enslavement. I think that's the message mostly from the title of the album. You cannot escape from enslavement only by death, by obliteration, and by the inexistence. And finally, there is the critic with the image of the media here and here, showing everything that is in the background, the death, the destruction, the starvation, the suffering, showing as a show, as a spectacle, as entertainment for the viewers. And I think is that the kind of thing that this kind of band, this kind of a sound brings to the audience who likes this kind of sound as some kind of awareness, recognition that this life and this system is very disturbed. And the kind of the sound, the stream sounds, matches with the problems, because the problems are extreme, like the death of millions of people, because of starvation, disease that should be solved by the economics and technology that we have today. So I think this both of these covers, the first and second album from the band, are very successful in showing this kind of displacement of knowledge. Some things that we think that are set, are okay, but is actually very much disturbed, very much against the order, against peace, against all the discourse of the speech that the politicians and entrepreneurs says about the success of media and life. So you see here, but then again, they are in the system, so make they make the critic, they make the statement against, but they are in the system. So it's a contradiction thing. It is part of this, of the way that it works. We want to make music that someone listens, learns something, but also we want to survive from this, live from this. So the band is still here today. It still plays, still has the stream sound, even streamer I think, with the newer sounds, but they have this attempt to call attention for these problems in our world today. So this is the video for today. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, take a look at the description below to see what else we have to offer. See you next time. Bye bye.